Alright, let's pick it up here. In case you didn't remember, we're in the Tsutsa ruins. Okay. This is another puzzle that we have to do. Now, when I first did this, and at the time I didn't know how to get rid of those devil gates. Afterwards I figured out, hey, this is easy, I should do it this way. But you need to get rid of these in order to proceed further. It's kind of obvious though. Oh, you found something, Rosary. What is it? Well, whatever it's dead. I do like the whipping, or the whip effect, because whenever it strikes, it shoots out all these ginkgo leaves everywhere. Oh, then again, it's always about leaves, and whenever Amaterasu runs, or whoa, that if I let her stay on there for much longer, she'll basically blow me up. Okay. So, what's in here? I was seeing if there's any animal feed, but no, not this time. Okay. Now, normally you'd get praise from getting rid of a devil gate, but not this time. Not until you get rid of all of these. In fact, it seems as if dungeons are a little less about the enemies. Sure, they're enemies, and yes, you have to kill them. But it seems to be more about getting rid of the curse. That being the enemies, but also getting rid of the trees, etc. So, basically, all in all, once you're done with the dungeon, everything dangerous about it is completely and utterly gone. Okay, what's in this bud? Oh, come on. Inside the bud. Okay. This is a healing item. I don't know if you've seen me get any of these. And lacquerware, which is selling item. I don't know if you've seen me get this, but by this time you probably find one strange item called the Vengeance Slip. It's basically repel enemy damage for a short period of time. Come on. Okay. Camera's kind of being a bit stubborn. Okay, you're dead, so I can take your fang. Hurry, hurry. Okay. And floral finisher again is Bloom. So, pretty easy. Unfortunately, they heal you after this, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay. So, we have mushrooms. Again. So, now you remember what we did last time. We repeat that. Actually, going forwards at this point is very important, especially because we're gonna actually have to backtrack a little bit. But we're not going to be leaving ruins as of yet. Obviously, because Ishin is going to hound us about the fact that Ume the dog is missing. Okay. So, these remain here, even when you leave the dungeon. And the only time I ever went back is to locate any secret items, specifically in beads. There should be like 3 beads, but mostly the beads are actually in dungeons that are not that are permanent. Okay, so what Ishin is saying is this. Basically, it's straightforward. These are poisoning the waters, so come on. Okay, you got a dungeon map. So this is what it kind of looks like. I'll show you that now we have floors. Okay, the upper 2, we'll see what it is later on, but okay. Now that the poison water is clear, fortunately for us, we actually have a bit more free movement. So the lily pads can now actually work. we actually have to go in there in order to proceed further. Well, kind of obvious, but we have to actually leave that area as well. Okay. Yeah, it's always about you, but I was gonna see if I can ride a lily pad down here, but until you get a certain power, lily pads are basically immovable objects, as far as you're concerned. And especially since swimming is brings the risk of drowning. If you stay in water for way too long, like I am now, so that's what I'm gonna need a lily pad to clear that up. So this drops all the way back to the beginning area. Okay, whoops. If I can make it. I'm not ready to die just yet. Okay. I think in this game, if you play your cards right, it'll probably be impossible for you to die. Okay. So we're gonna save here. We have to go inside the... Or actually, now that the area is cleared up, we're gonna actually access here. Because there is a green glowy spot which spawns a clover, so we can get some praise and give me a break. This is the problem with once you get a lot of brush techniques, some of them are pretty much fairly identical, but whatever the case, they're only differentiated by circumstances. But unfortunately, it's kind of hard to differentiate blooming a clover by water rather than blooming a lily pad in water. So it's not easy to actually differentiate any of those, and you might screw up. And also it can get a little bit touchy-feely. Okay. We have to go in here. This will lead to something that'll be handy as hell, and also looks quite fun. So we're gonna go in here. Okay. That flower's there for a reason, but we won't find out about that until much later. Okay. This has got to go. And you gotta paint around the blackish spot to actually succeed with this. Okay, so let's wrap this up here, and I'll